XM Studios Shibumi has entered the secret sanctuary. Let's check it out. Tell me if this scenario sounds familiar. One of your favorite statue producers comes out with a new line of characters that you've never heard of in your entire life, but you really like the concept, you like the design, you think it just looks really cool. So you pre-order, and a year goes by. Let's face it, for this statue it's been almost 2 years since the first concept drawings were shown on the forums. And you start to wonder, why did I pre-order this thing? I mean, I don't know the characters. I have no nostalgic connection to this piece at all. But then it shows up, and man, it's pretty damn cool. Anyway, this is Shibumi from the Oriental Heroes line from XM Studios, based on the Hong Kong comics done by Tommy Wong. And I know very little about these characters. I do know that Shibumi is the head of the strongest, most powerful organized crime sect in Japan, called Evil Ghost. And some believe Shibumi to be the reincarnation of the evil ghost, whoever he is. So he's a very powerful, evil man. He's the arch enemy of our heroes in the Oriental Heroes saga. And he's a pretty badass dude. He's like a kung fu master. The statue stands 21 5/8 of an inch high. His staff is 22 inches long. So if you're actually getting this, the edition size is only 388. It's a very small edition size. There's no exclusive, as always the case with XM stuff. So it's just 388. The depth of the statue is 11 inches, but if you use the staff, there are several different options for different hands and arms on this statue. If you use the staff, you're pretty much doubling the depth of the statue because, as I said, it's 22 inches long. There are two portraits. I'll show you the switch out portrait in just a minute. It's an unmasked portrait. And there are several switch outs for the hands. As I said, you can replace the staff with another hand holding fire, as this one is over here. Anyway, let's do some close-ups. I have to correct myself already. The comics, Hong Kong comics, are not by Tommy Wong, they're by Tony Wong. I wanted to make sure to get that right. But you can see he's really kind of a striking statue. I really like the color scheme. You've got this striking purple hair. I'm amazed it came in one piece. And of course there's a switch out head that has the same detailed hair that also arrived just immaculate. The green and red mask looking very menacing with the horns. Really, really nice. And then the color scheme, you've got this black shirt with the red designs that kind of almost look like tattoos. And that red continues in the belt buckle, which looks pretty cool. Look at the detail on that belt. And then also the red goes down the side of the pants. And then he's got brown boots, which match the brown of his coat. And I want to make sure to show you the coat because I like the sweep of it. It looks very much like a cape. Really, really nice design. The base is one of the real highlights of this piece. It's kind of an oxidized brass. And you'll see the tiger and the dragon on the base. Those are important symbols in these comics. I think they refer to two of the heroes. And then each corner has this image of Shibumi with the horns. The staff is really impressive. It's metal, at least the staff part is. This end trident part has a lot of detail. Looks pretty deadly. I like the fire. And then there's a switch out hand where you can hold the fire in both hands if you don't want to use the staff. All right, I'm going to switch out to a different configuration. All right, this is the configuration that I'll probably use. I have space issues, so that staff is really problematic, but this is an excellent alternative. This is the unmasked portrait. I really like the skin tones on the face. And the very serious expression. There's that very detailed, elaborate hair again. And then I have switched out this arm and hand to one where he's holding his mask away from his face. Remember, this one was a different arm earlier with the hand down holding fire. And then I have switched out the other arm, removing the staff, and the new arm is holding fire down here. It would be nice to have the Ultimate Swordsman, the other piece from this series, but it's too big for my display. That's a massive piece. The box for this was fairly big, but I'm told the Ultimate Swordsman box was twice the size of this one. I'm going to show you that base again. I'm not sure how these are selling. Again, the edition size was only 388. I see it's sold out on the XM website. The only site I see where this is still available is Secret Compass, at least in the States. It might be available on sites in Europe. If you're a fan of these comics, if you're familiar with Hong Kong comics, I highly recommend this statue. If you're not familiar with them, as I'm not, then you just have to go by aesthetic appearances only, whether or not this belongs in your collection. I see him as someone that I could maybe position opposite Samurai Batman from XM Studios. He could be displayed as a villain for Samurai Batman. I'll go a little closer. It's a really nice portrait. All right, I will spin him around a little bit. First, I'll give you a side view. Really show the sweep of that coat. Looks great, doesn't it? There's also some chains on the side of the base. Loose chains. Pretty cool. There's images on all sides. There you see Shibumi. Really nice brown coat. Very cool. I don't think Cable likes him. They might not get along. So that's Shibumi. I'm really curious what you guys think of him. I'd like to know who's getting him, if anyone is. It seems to be a statue that's kind of flying under the radar. I do like that low edition size, but it doesn't matter if it's not, if the demand isn't there to meet the supply. I really don't know. Apparently these are extremely popular comics in Hong Kong, so maybe the sales are over there. I don't know, but tell me what you think. If you did purchase the Ultimate Swordsman, are you also getting Shibumi, or are you just getting Shibumi? I think he's really cool. I'm probably going to hang on to him for a while. Again, as I mentioned, I have space issues, so it's always possible I might part with him sometime in the future. But right now he's got that new car smell, and and maybe it's just because he's my newest statue, but I really like him a lot. And now I'm going to figure out exactly where to position him. Like I said, it probably will be opposite Samurai Batman. I also might make it kind of a triptych where I would have Samurai Batman, and then I'd have Shibumi, and then Dead Moon, put up by Yamato USA, which also has that kind of Asian flavor to it, which I think might be kind of cool. I could imagine it being kind of a Neil Adams comic from the early 70s, like Batman and Ra's al Ghul and Talia. Instead of that, it's Batman and Shibumi fighting over Dead Moon. So I'll give that a try. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on Facebook. I'll see you on the message boards. And have a great night. Take care.